It all started in April of 2020. I was in the middle of online school with a lot of past due assignments and the end of year coming in sight. I'd stay up late at night finishing my assignments, facing sleepless nights, and ending up feeling extremely hollow over the course of the next 2 months. Being isolated from everybody I knew, with everyone being a separate time zone apart, along with this huge pile of assignments that I had, caused me to took a huge toll on me. But I'd like to now ask you, what was the logic behind these emotions? What caused them? What did they lead to? These are now all questions that I aim to answer in this talk. So, have you ever felt like the world's about to end because you didn't prepare well enough for an important occasion? Or maybe some sleepless nights because something went wrong? Chances are you're feeling immensely stressed. But what does this word mean? What is stress? Stress, as defined by the OED, is mental or emotional strain placed on or experienced by a person as a result of adverse or challenging circumstances. It is a natural response to a challenging event, and sometimes it's actually a good thing to be anxious about something because it means you care. But exposing yourself to such emotions for a really long time leads to chronic stress, which can prove to be detrimental to one's mental and emotional well-being. For reference, around 30% of teens and young adults experience stress-induced depression. But what causes stress? There are many factors that affect this phenomenon, actually. Some common triggers include social status, family conflict, and a change in lifestyle. Academic pressure is the most common cause of stress, with over 83% of students agreeing to this statement. But why has the number of stressed teenagers increased in recent years? Well, a lot of this is thanks to the recent use of online school. You see, from 2020 to 2022, many students worldwide had to go chronically online for school. The reason this had such a huge effect on people was primarily due to one simple human value: social life. During online school, I was disconnected from any form of communication with my friends. Since I didn't have a phone or social media apart from YouTube, I couldn't connect with them. This abrupt change in lifestyle caused me to go almost entirely silent. Being stressed 24/7 can take a huge toll on your mental and physical health. When stressed, your body is essentially in fight or flight mode. It releases adrenaline and cortisol. These two hormones cause rapid heart rate, increased blood glucose level, and elevated awareness. They also make it very difficult to sleep, which leads to insomnia. Furthermore, cortisol can lead to increased blood pressure. And as a lot of you may know, having high blood pressure can give a chance for heart issues to occur. Not only that, but it can also make you focus on the more negative sides of a situation rather than the positive. On some occasions, this leads to depression. The effects it had on me were definitely something I hadn't seen before. Because of how stressed I was, I had many nights where I couldn't sleep or at least only get a few hours. I lost motivation to do a lot of the things which I originally liked doing, such as reading and playing the guitar. I also developed a horrible video game addiction during this period. However, it's not all lost hope. There are countless different ways to alleviate the mental burden that this condition creates. Therapy is one option, specifically CBT, or cognitive behavioral therapy. What CBT does is it checks for any potential triggers, such as a thinking pattern or a trigger event, and aims to work with you to alter these thinking patterns in order to provide a better mindset. I'll give you an example. I'm super stressed. I just got a new assignment to do, but because I don't want to put myself under pressure again, I leave it be. The assignments just keep piling up, and when I check to see how much missing homework I have and see a lot of missing homework, I get super stressed. The cycle repeats. It only serves to make me a ticking time bomb. Now, the way I could solve this would simply be to be finishing the homework as soon as it arrives, and instead of stressing out, feel more confident that I will be able to finish said assignment. If therapy is not the option for you, then you could also just talk to someone you trust, like a teacher, a parent, or a peer. In our secondary school, we have a counselor to whom we can go in case we feel upset because of something that happened. Although I didn't really seek a lot of help, I decided to apply these two options into solving my stress problems. I sought some help from my teachers, and I realized that I was just lacking a bit academically. And so after analyzing basically anything that was causing me to be this way, I finally concluded that it was some bad habits that were making me miss some of my homework. So I started changing them. I also read that exercising is a great way to cope with stress. So I started exercising as well by walking and biking around the neighborhood and going to the gym. After a few months, I noticed that I wasn't feeling as pressured as I initially felt. And coming back to Beijing after spending 6 months in lockdown in my hometown also contributed to that. In the end, I was able to start year 8 with a fresh mindset and newfound peace. I hope that I've now showed you the significance of stress in our lives. If any of you here feel like you're under a lot of emotional or mental strain, there are a lot of options and resources are available. Once again, it's a potent condition that can have negative effects, and making sure you're not experiencing too much of it is important to stay healthy. But the good news is that you're not alone in this, and help can be found nearby. Just don't be afraid to ask.